gorgeous Libras, this is Debs and this is your reading for June 2026. Lovely to be with you. Thank you for being here, guys. Now, Libra, first of all, I saw the number 1. Someone had written number 1 on a blank sheet of lined paper, and their pen was sort of hovering, and they were feeling a little bit nervous. I heard the words shifting into high gear. I've got to do it now. I've got to do it now. I've got to start it now. Okay. Libra, you may be jumping full-fledged into something. You might have been trying to sort of gently work around a perimeter. What you're recognizing now is you've got to just dive right in. There's no messing around now. There's no, well, let's just see if I can work it this way. Let's just see if I can fit in that. Let's just see if I can move that a little bit. No, Libra, you are jumping right in. Because what you're realizing is time is slipping past quite quickly. This is something that you might have wanted to start 6 months ago, but you put it on the back burner. This could be, Libra, something that you had made notes on or you had tinkered around with, but you might have just realized, Libra, that you were just very nervous. I don't really feel ready for this, or I don't really feel that I can do this. Libra, you're jumping right in. It's as if, okay, no messing around, I'm doing it. So whatever this is, guys, we're going to find out, okay? The deck that I'm using is a divination deck. You guys probably know that. I'm sure you watch more than one of these readings. Everything you need is down below if you'd like a private reading. Okay, guys. And thank you for being here. All right, Libra, let's do this. No time to waste, Libra. I'm actually hearing, because I want to start to really enjoy things in August. So I don't know, guys, whether or not you're realizing you want to get going with this because you want to take some time off in August. Okay. Arnold is standing up. What is he doing? He seems to be clearing space. He seems to be clearing space. He's shifting things back. He seems to be making space. Libra, you may be making space for something new. You may realize you need to look at your day-to-day schedule because this is something very important you want to fit in. When you fit this in, Libra, you want to do, I'm hearing a little bit every day. A little bit every day, or maybe an hour every couple of days. You want to gather together as much as you can in advance so you have more to work from, you have more to pick from. Wow, I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know where I'm going with this. You guys may know. I hope that you'll know. So Archangel Michael, this is Libra for June. Thank you. I'm hearing, I want more than enough to choose from. Okay, I want more than enough to choose from. Okay. I don't know, guys, whether or not you're whittling something down or you are choosing the best bits, or this is you just not wanting to run out of options or materials or media even. Okay, here we go, guys. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to have to make time because you're going to be very busy, Libra, in June. Very busy. Okay. The Page of Cups. It may well be, Libra, that you're going to have to push a few people back. I'm really sorry. I just can't be there because I've got to do this. I'm so sorry. I'd love to come around for a drink, maybe in a couple of weeks. I'm so sorry. I've got to work 7 days a week right now. Whatever you're doing, Libra, you are concentrating on this. I'm seeing a horse that's blinkered in one direction. You are really concentrating on this. I'm hearing, if I don't start this now, I never will. I never will. Okay. This is very important for you. And it needs your focus and it needs your concentration. In the past, Libra, the 5 of Wands. This might be to do with you trying to fight off the competition, or it might be you were in your head, could I do this? Really? It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take effort. You might have been up in your head a little bit. Is it possible? After that time, guys, you looked at various options. You were in your head. This is you maybe creating a plan, making notes. This is you just dipping in and out of this every now and again. But you didn't seem to get anywhere because you might have kept going back to the drawing board. Yeah, no, don't think so. Okay, could try this. No, I don't think that's right. And Libra, I think what you're recognizing is you've got to take control of this now. You've been sort of teetering on the edge for way too long. In your thoughts, guys, the Knight of Pentacles, what you're thinking about is, I've just stood still. I've just stood still. You might have been looking at other options of bringing in revenue. You might have been wondering, can I put this off? Libra, what you're realizing now is you can't. You can't put it off. If you want the result, if you want success, you have to just jump in now. Yeah. In the immediate future, guys, ooh, all right, Ten of Swords. Libra, with the Ten of Swords, you might be feeling, if I don't get moving with this, there is going to be a very painful ending. Wow. You're almost sitting in the energy of, this is kind of make or break. This is kind of make or break. Wow, guys. In your fears, the Queen of Swords. Libra, this is you. You don't want to get yourself into a situation where you're highly stressed, because you simply haven't done the needful. You simply haven't put in the work. You know, Libra, the longer you leave this, the more difficult it's going to be. And you don't want to shift into the Queen of Swords, which can be somebody a bit testy, a bit argumentative, a little bit analytical, because Libra, you want to remain in a lovely balanced energy. You don't want to push it too far, but you don't want to miss some kind of deadline. Okay, guys. In the environment is the Ace of Wands. Yeah. Libra, somebody in the environment is simply saying, just go for it. Just go for it. Ace of Wands, come on. Get inspired. Get creative, Libra. You can do this. And you're there thinking, I know. I also know that if I don't do this, it's going to be a disaster, is what I'm hearing. Wow. You could be juggling money, thinking, all right, I know how I can bring in a little bit more revenue. If I don't start this new project, venture, whatever this is, I'm not going to be able to pay my rent or my mortgage. It may be to do with money, Pentacles energy here. It could be, Libra, somebody has given you an ultimatum, a deadline, and you're thinking, all right, I've messed around trying to find a way around this or trying to look at other options. I haven't managed to find an alternative, or I haven't managed to come up with something that might be easier for me. I've now got to do this, right? Yeah. In your hopes, guys, the Moon. You're hoping to get out of sitting in fear. I think, Libra, you might have just been incredibly nervous in taking the bull by the horns. But guys, it's like anything. Once you start, just put one foot in front of the other, just inch your way forward, you're going to begin to relax. And everything's going to start moving, right? And the outcome, the High Priestess. So Libra, with the energy of the High Priestess, you may be a little antisocial in the month of June. You may have a lot to do. You're also leaning on your intuition. For some of you, Libra, what you may be recognizing is somebody might have promised you help Somebody might have said, okay, Libra, I can help you financially. Yeah, don't worry, you're safe with me. What you may be realizing, Libra, is they're going to back off. They are not going to be able to help you. They may say to you, I'm sorry, but, I'm juggling money as it is. I'm sorry, I can help you in the future, maybe in a few years' time, but Libra, you're on your own. Sorry, you're on your own. And this is you feeling very disappointed because you might have been sort of relying on this as your sort of crash mat, your insurance, something that you could rely on if you got yourself into difficulties. I've got to be honest, Libra, you may feel betrayed. You may feel, wow, this person made out as if absolutely no problem. Don't worry, Libra, I've got your back. And this is you thinking they're pulling out at the last minute. They're basically letting me down at the last minute. And this is you just feeling a bit nervous. But someone in your environment, Libra, is saying you can do this. Get moving. So guys, if this was you sort of in the nicest sense sitting on your laurels a little bit, I'm going to be okay because I know this person's going to help me, or I know there's going to be money coming in. I've got to say, guys, don't bank on it. Don't bank on it. You may be very disappointed. Somebody may say sorry, but no, and it may be at the last minute. Okay? Clarification for you guys. The Death card, Scorpio energy. Yeah, I think, Libra, you were in a make or break situation. You may still be, to be honest. And the Devil. Wow. Oh my gosh. You want to put an end to overthinking and overanalyzing, Libra. You also want to clear out the rubbish, the clutter. You also want to clear out obsessively hoping that something was going to happen or someone was going to help you when you may be realizing, Libra, they might let you down, okay? So just be aware of that. Don't believe this person if they promise you that they can do something, because they may not, okay? It might be a shock. And then this is you scrambling, thinking, okay, right, don't quite know what to do, but I don't have much time left. I've got to just do the best I can and hope for a miracle and pray that this is going to work out. That's the energy coming in, guys, okay? So whoever is telling you, you can do this, don't worry, Ace of Wands, just jump in, their energy. The Hierophant. Yeah. What they're saying is, Libra, think outside the box. Up until now, you've been doing things in a very traditional way. What they are suggesting is you need to get messy with this. You need to be experimental. You need to look at things you haven't done before for this to work. For this to work. 3 of Wands. Oh. Libra, they know that you're feeling heartbroken. They know that this is tough on you. They know. It's as if they're trying to give you support from afar. They're trying to give you advice from afar. But Libra, you may just be there thinking, I can't believe that somebody's removed the crash mat, right? Who the hell removed the crash mat? Or if you know who it was, why did they do that? They put me in a really precarious situation. You may be cross, Libra. Okay, guys. I'm hearing a bird in the hand is worth more than 2 in the bush. So Libra, unless you've got something actually in your hand, or you have an absolute guarantee from someone that they will do this at that time, don't believe that this is coming in. Okay, you're basically still on your own. Underneath the deck, guys, we have the Ace of Swords. Okie dokie. We have a truth coming out that maybe someone who said initially that they could help you is now trying to quietly close the cycle. Two of Swords. You may be shocked. I'm hearing this started back in April. You might have spoken to this person in April. This could even be you going for a bank loan. I don't know. But you might have spoken to somebody in April and they may have said, oh, yes, probably not an issue. Yeah, I'm sure we can work something out. Yes, don't worry. And now you may be sitting at the start of June thinking, well, that didn't work out. I wish I'd known before, because that's now put me under a huge amount of stress, a huge amount of pressure. And you may be angry, Libra. You may be angry. But use your intuition. You can do this, guys. So let's jump in. Let's see what's going to be happening here. Archangel Michael, tell us about the Two of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Yeah. Knight of Cups is somebody saying, I care about you. I want to make sure you're okay as they head out of your life, right? As they kind of just open the door and close it behind them. But I do care about you, Libra. And this is you thinking, well, do you? Because you seem to be wanting to make a fast exit. Ah, Libra. Yeah. With the Nine of Cups, what you may be realizing is somebody is determined to carry on sitting in overindulgence. Somebody is determined not to have to change their situation. Yeah. And Libra, this is you up in your head. Okay. This is you understanding that someone is going to hold back from you. And if this was something you've been banking on, Libra, you might get a sharp wake-up call. You might. You might. Yeah. What you're thinking about is the Ten of Pentacles. What you're thinking about is whoever this person is, a bank manager, family member, someone who owed you money before, they can do this. They can help you. You know for a fact they have the ability to help you, Libra. But this is someone who may be saying to themselves, you're not really facing these issues, or they don't want to do what they need to do to help you. You may feel a bit shocked. You may feel, wow, they shouldn't have insinuated they can help me if they really couldn't. You may feel, Libra, that, you know, whoever you're dealing with here is saying to you, of course I'm going to be there. Of course I can help. Yes, no problem. Leave it with me. I'll come back to you. And this is you waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and nothing is happening. Nothing is happening, guys. Yeah. You may be trying to communicate with someone. Is anything happening? Any news? Any news? Libra, you may be feeling a little bit cross. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. Knight of Swords. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, Libra. You may be feeling a bit let down. You may have been banking on substantial help here, but someone is saying, sorry, no. You may be saying to someone, I'm juggling pentacles. I don't know how long I can stay here. I don't know how long I can do this. I really need to know, is this assistance coming? Is this money coming? Are you able to do this? You said that you might be able to. You insinuated that you probably could. And you may be realizing they're holding back. Even though they are technically sat on the Ten of Pentacles, they are holding back. And you may feel betrayed. So guys, heads up, okay? Do not bank on money or help or resources from this person or situation or company. Don't bank on it, okay? So in the past, Libra, a lot of issues. 5 of Wands. Oh my gosh, you were either in your head thinking, can I do this? Can I make changes? Can I shift things around? Oh, the King of Wands. There might have been issues with the King of Wands. What were the issues with the King of Wands for Libra? They didn't move. They didn't do anything. They just sat there. This is the equivalent of someone saying, yes, of course, I'll help. Yeah, no problem. Leave it with me. 6 months later, yes, of course, I'll help. No problem. Leave it with me. I mean, nothing happened, Libra. You were just sat there. I think you might have given up. Yeah. You might have felt cross. You might have felt like saying, well, look, if you really can't help, please just say so. Don't mess me around here. Because this is you in a serious situation, guys. After that time, when you felt frustrated, I think you looked at other options. Okay, what can I do? What can I do? You also felt confused. Why is this person being so reticent to sort of step up? You may have wanted justice, Libra, bless you, or you could have felt confused about a contract. You could have felt someone wasn't being honest about a contract. Judgment. Wow. Sag energy. You might have said to this person, someone needs to face Judgment Day, right? Because this is difficult for me. King of Cups. There could have been a King of Cups in the mix. Somebody might have faced Judgment Day relating to a Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio masculine. Who simply wanted to win. Wow. This King of Cups simply wanted to win. They wanted to get something. They wanted to be victorious. This might have been something, Libra, you didn't realize was going on sort of behind the scenes. So Libra, this is you now. You're sort of, chomping at the bit. You're sort of dancing from foot to foot. Okay, are we go? Is there any news? A fund's coming in. And somebody's saying, Knight of Cups, oh, care about you, Libra. Wish I could help. Wish I could do something. But quietly, they're holding back because they want to continue to sit in overindulgence. Nine of Cups, 10 of Pentacles is, you're not getting anything, Libra. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, maybe I'll help you in a few years' time if I feel like it. I mean, Libra, you may be angry, Knight of Swords. You may be angry, guys. You may feel, well, I wish I'd flipping known before because this has landed me in a really difficult situation. What are you thinking about? Tell us about the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. Libra, there may be an issue with the Queen of Wands. She might be creating some kind of block. Because maybe with the Magician, she was trying to be sneaky. Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. She was trying to be sneaky here because she wanted to move to calmer waters. So maybe, Libra, this Queen of Wands was an issue, or this Queen of Wands was the reason why somebody's letting you down here. Somebody's letting you down because of a Queen of Wands. Yeah, wow. And we have the Hermit, we have Virgo. And somebody's pulling right back, they're not communicating with you anymore. All right, could be a Virgo female, or Libra, you may realize that 3 people are turning their back on you. 3 people are turning their back on you. Someone who's saying they care, but they're not doing anything. A Queen of Wands who's being strategic. And maybe a Virgo or a Taurus or a Capricorn who is determined to hang on to money. So, Libra, you may realize it's just you, right? What you may be realizing is, I've got to get moving here because I was sort of hoping that someone was going to lend a helping hand here. But you may feel betrayed, 10 of Swords. Not only because none of these people are actually wanting to help you, but you may also feel betrayed because they insinuated they could, and now you're realizing they're turning their back. So, guys, be very careful, okay? Now, in the immediate future, yes, you're sat feeling very disappointed, very disappointed. In the environment is somebody who is basically saying, I know you're heartbroken, Libra, but rather than trying to carry on doing things in a very traditional way you've always done them, think outside the box, be creative. And Libra, this is you. It's going to be tough. You may feel very angry. You may feel hurt. You may feel I didn't deserve to be treated that way, but you're going to have to get up, Libra, and get moving, get working, because nobody here is going to give you a helping hand, all right? So Archangel Michael, when do we have the 10 of Swords and the Ace of Wands for Libra? Thank you, Michael. Imminent. Wow. Now-ish. Beginning of June? Beginning of June. Okay. Let's have a look, Libra, at the 10 of Swords. Tell us about this betrayal. You're going to feel really let down, Libra, and I'm so sorry. But guys, you're obviously watching this either right at the end of May or the 1st of June. I don't know when I'm going to put this video out. But Libra, the minute you watch this, this is you getting up, thinking, right, okay, I'm not going to sit here feeling betrayed. I'm going to get up, get moving, because these people or this person is not going to do anything at all. All right, so, you know, this is you getting up and getting moving. All right. Wow. Libra, you may feel sacrificed. You may not know what to do, but Libra, don't just sit there thinking it's going to be next month or it's going to be in a couple of months' time. No, Libra, I don't think whoever these people are or person is, I don't think they plan on doing anything at all. I don't, guys, to be honest, I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah. And you're there thinking, oh my God, Tower, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What are you recognizing here? Yeah, they're holding back. That you're not going to be receiving anything, Libra. If you receive anything, it's going to be incredibly small. It's not going to make any difference. This is you needing 10 grand. They may give you 500, or this person may, you know, transfer 500. And this is you thinking, well, okay, great, but it's not going to get me out of debt, or it's not going to help the situation. Libra, the Star. What you're recognizing is it is all on you. There may be issues with an Aquarian here, but what you're recognizing, Libra, is it is all on you. Only you can get yourself out of this. Only you, Libra. What is going to be a bit challenging is you're going to be feeling very hurt and betrayed, and at the same time, you're going to have to get up and start moving, get going, you know? Yeah. What you're going to be thinking about is the 7 of Swords. Yeah. So this is going to be a challenge, guys, but you are going to have to dust yourself off and get going with whatever you can do to lift yourself out of the situation. Because, Libra, what you're going to recognize is 3 people wanted to win, or 3 people wanted to sit in a place of comfort and security, and they were very happy to turn their back on you. You may be shocked, but that's what you're recognizing. They were very happy to turn their back on you. And this might be a group of people that were headed up by a King of Pentacles. Or this could be a King of Pentacles thinking, well, I'm very happy to provide for these 2 people or these 3 people, but Libra can wait. Or I'm going to say to Libra, sorry. Tell us about the energy of the King of Pentacles for Libra. You're coming through as a Queen of Swords. Yeah, I mean, this is a King of Pentacles who is looking at past mistakes. It's as if he's there feeling really guilty because he could help you, because he sat on the 10 of Pentacles, but it's almost as if he's telling himself, oh, I can't be bothered. Oh, I'm going to have to fill in forms. Oh, I'm going to have to shift money around. I really can't be bothered. And basically, Libra, what you're realizing is he or they are going to be very defensive with you. Even though there's guilt, yeah. They're going to feel guilty, Libra, but they are not going to do anything to help at all. Okay? All right. So, what are you going to do, my beautiful Libras? What are you going to do? I think, Libra, after the shock of enlightenment, that they're not going to do anything. You're going to get going very, very fast. You may be looking at ways of saving money quickly. You may be looking at ways of reducing your outgoings. All right. You may be deciding, okay, I can't live here anymore. I have to move, and I've got to move soon. What you're going to recognize is Page of Pentacles. The only thing you may be receiving is one pentacle. That is it. Or Libra, you may be down to your last pentacle, symbolically. What you're realizing is you got to get working. You got to get working. You got to get your head down. You got to start moving, Libra. I am sorry, guys. This might be a bit of a shock for you. Yeah. 10 of Wands. You're going to have to really get moving. You're going to have to find some way of bringing in more money or reducing your outgoings. For some of you, you may feel, if I've got the space, I'm going to take in a lodger. For others of you, you may be thinking, I've got to sell the house. I can't afford the mortgage. Whatever this is, Libra, this is because you were banking on help from whoever this person was or these people are. And what you're realizing is they're not going to help you. They're going to turn their back on you at the last minute. But there's someone here, Libra, who wants to help. Even in terms of bolstering your confidence, telling you, Libra, you can do this, right? They're talking to you about creativity. Yeah. What they're saying is, Libra, get going. This is going to be successful. Get going with this. You're going to have to move fast. You're going to have to move fast. But what they're saying is, your ships will come in. But you need to embrace change. What they're doing is they're trying to bolster your confidence, because you may be there thinking, oh my God, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. I've been left in the situation. I don't know who else to turn to, because the person or people I was sort of relying on have basically pushed me away. So this is someone trying to give you moral support, guys. This is someone giving you moral support. Yeah. What they're saying is, look, Libra, you're going to have to start a brand new cycle. You are going to have to think outside the box. Who is this person? Who is this person? They're an Empress. Okay, could be a Taurian or a Libra. Okay, or they're thinking of you if you're a feminine. What they're saying is, you can do this. You can do this. What else are they saying? Ace of Pentacles. And if you can't do this, you might have to move. What they're saying to you is, Libra, give it a shot. If it doesn't work, you might have to change your situation. What is the energy between you two? The energy. The Four of Wands. This is someone that you're talking to about your stability, your home, trying to, make payments on your mortgage. I mean, whoever this is, they understand your situation. This is someone you're close to. This could be a family member. This could be a really close friend of yours. They are right behind you, Libra. It's as if they're giving you lots of moral support. But at the end of the day, what they're saying is, if you cannot do this, if this is too difficult for you, you might have to move. You may have to relocate somewhere cheaper, right? Yeah. They're being realistic, but they're trying to keep you uplifted. Now, Libra, what you are fearing is that you're going to want to tell someone exactly what you think. So watch your words, Libra. It may well be that whoever said they could help you in the past, things have changed. Maybe their financial situation has changed. Maybe they feel stuck. What you are hoping is to step out of the energy of sitting in fear. Okay. And the final card, Libra, is the High Priestess. Now, this is you using your intuition that there might have been secrets held back from you, which might have explained why they're not helping you here. But Libra, you may decide to cut communication simply, because you might feel betrayed. And this is you closing out a cycle, all right? Because this is you realizing you might have been sat in denial. And this is you really getting moving, guys. So tell me about the High Priestess. Yeah. Libra, you might feel left out in the cold, or you may be thinking, okay, what can I do about my situation? What are you going to do, guys? You may talk to a Queen of Cups. You may talk to a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Okay. And you may seek advice from an Emperor. So Libra, this could be you talking to a couple of friends, or this could be you seeking financial advice from the head of a company. I think, Libra, what you're recognizing is you've got some big decisions to make, guys. Temperance. Archangel Michael's with you, okay? This is you trying to sit in a calm energy. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be okay. But what you're realizing is either with the Knight of Wands, you have to move. Okay, you cannot afford to stay where you are. You're going to have to move. Or what you're realizing is you're going to have to get going and get creative. This is you thinking, I'm not going to sit here anymore just feeling sorry for myself. I actually have to put one foot in front of the other, try and find a way of bringing in more money. Okay. The Strength card. You're going to need courage and confidence, Libra. All right. You may be talking to a Leo. And with the energy of the Nine of Pentacles, you're going to be holding back from spending any money you do not need to spend. All right. Now, there could be a Sag or Leo who's going to help you here, who may have the money to help you. And with the Four of Swords, you've got some thinking to do. How am I going to get myself back into the energy of the Nine of Pentacles? You may be thinking outside the box. You could be thinking to yourself, well, I could rent out a couple of rooms. You may be thinking to yourself, if I've got stuff lying around the house that's valuable, I could sell it. You're determined to stay afloat, Libra, but don't get yourself into a situation where, this is you thinking, I actually need 50 grand. And what you're doing is you're spending your time selling things and getting, $10 here or 20 euros here. Do you know what I mean? That would be a waste of your time. You're going to need to think big picture, Libra. Big picture. Think big picture, Libra. Okay. Now, Page of Wands. There could be some good news coming in. What is the good news? Somebody may be leaving. Somebody may be leaving, which might be good news for you. Now, if somebody needed to leave a property or to release equity or to help you substantially, Libra, they may have been holding back. And it could well be that this is this person at the last minute realizing that you really are stressed out. And only when they realize, are you super stressed out, you have nowhere else to go, you don't know what to do, they might step up. They might. It's almost as if, Libra, this was someone who was waiting for you to get yourself into such a difficult situation. You really had no choice but to chuck all the cards in the air and say, okay, I'm going to go and live in a van. Because this is you thinking, I can't keep a roof over my head. Only at that point, Libra, will this person step up. So just recognize that. Yeah, they are going to step up. King of Swords, they're going to come up with a plan. They're going to come up with a plan. I think, Libra, they really didn't want to take a course of action, which would have got you out of a difficult situation. But what they're recognizing now is they have to do something, because this is someone who, for some reason, feels responsible. What are they going to say? Ten of Cups. Libra. You may feel cross, guys, because this could be a family member who's turned their back on you for many, many, many years, or behaved as if you weren't really part of the family. They've left you in a difficult situation. You may feel, abandoned. I mean, this is you just not knowing what to do. They turn around and say, okay, if I really have to, all right, I will try and sort something out. Libra, you may be angry at the way this person is behaving. It's as if they really don't want to have to do this unless they absolutely have no choice. But guys, you may simply say to this person, okay, well, thank you, because you need this. You need this. This is a family member stepping up. Goodness me. Because, Libra, they're remembering you from the past. This is someone feeling so guilty that they've just left you. That this is someone who is finally going to step up. But, Libra, if they do, it's going to be at the very last minute. It may be too late. It may be too late. You may be heavily in debt. You may be in a situation where you've already packed up most of your house to sell it. Only then is this person going to turn around and help you. And Libra, it may be that they can only help you with a certain amount of money. So guys, I don't want you to feel negative about this, Libra. I don't want you to feel stressed about this, because you know what? This is a future reading. This does not need to happen. If you feel this is your story and you're there thinking, oh my gosh, everybody's going to turn their back. I was expecting help from this person, this person, this company. It may not happen. Okay? The minute you've watched this reading, Libra, basically right now, get up, think about what you can do, because the sooner you take action to try and change your situation, the more likely it is that you will be okay. If you continue to sit there for the rest of June and maybe into July, you may realize, Libra, you've run out of time. You've left it way too late. Okay? So remember, this does not need to happen. This person will step up, but only when you've started packing up the house, or you've cancelled your lease on the flat and you don't know where you're going to live, or you've sold everything that you can possibly sell. Only then will they step up, and they're going to do it reluctantly. And they may not be able to help you with a huge amount. And by that time, Libra, it may be too late. So take action now, get moving now, try to do everything you can to save money and to bring in money. And this may not have to happen, okay? All right, guys, so let's from here ask Archangel Michael for his closing message of guidance. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what closing message of guidance do you have for Libra? Thank you, Michael. Believe and trust. Oh my gosh, this is you leaning on your intuition, calling the angels around you, asking the divine for support. The prayer reads, before going to sleep tonight, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace fear with faith and trust. Let me be filled with strength, courage, and confidence. So Libra, get going, get moving. Don't wait, because these people or this person will let you down, all right? Do whatever you can, and you will not find yourself in a situation where you don't know what else to do. Get moving, Libra, okay? All right, guys. So I am going to leave it there. I really hope it's helped. Take care of you. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye now.